Action.
Hi. Hey, we're from Taipei High School and we have joined PEC for like 3 months now, right? And my name is Tom.
I'm Balang.
Yeah, and what is your IELTS result for the last test?
You first.
Really? I've got 7.5.
Oh, I just got 7.0. Yeah.
Oh, surprisingly, I got a 7.5. I didn't expect that.
Oh, that's cool. I think that my strongest skill is speaking because I got 7.5 for IELTS speaking, and in speaking I think the most important thing is to relax when you're talking because it is incredibly crucial for the examiner to know that you can use the language as well as you can. And in speaking there are 3 parts. In part 1 they're gonna ask you a few questions about some topics for like 3 or 4 topics, something like that. And the thing you need to do in part 1 I think is to relax and just be yourself. In part 2 they're gonna give you a cue card for a question, and there are some little questions in that cue card, I don't know. But they're gonna give you 1 minute to prepare for your presentation, and they're gonna give you 2 minutes to talk.
Yeah.
And in part 3, they are gonna ask you about some question that related to the part 2 question. And in part 3, it's definitely gonna be much more harder because it's the part that the examiner are gonna judge you the most. But I guess that we are going to need to focus on part 1 and part 2 because they say that the first impression is gonna be the best impression of all. What about you?
Well, I think the best skill that I have is writing, and I got 7.0 in writing in IELTS. Well, the IELTS test. In the IELTS test, the writing may be the hardest, but to me it quite can
Easy?
no, not that much. Can be more easier when you practice more. They had 2 parts in the writing. The task 1 is we will have to write about the chart that they give us and about some information from the chart, and maybe that part 1 is not my strength. Yeah. So I focus on the part 2, but with a certain time only. Yes, just 40 minutes, and during the time I prepare for the IELTS, I learned some idea from the Simons, Mr. Simons.
Yes.
Yeah, I
It's
got
great.
the idea from him, and then about the vocabulary, I learned through some samples from the high score IELTS writing samples on the internet. Yeah, it's quite fun, but it requires you much time and be patient to learn. Yeah.
That's great.
And I got 8.5 in my listening test.
Oh, wow.
I think when it comes to IELTS listening, the first thing that comes to your mind is that you will have to try to do as much practice as you can, so that you can familiarize yourself with the format of the test. But besides, I think the bottom line is that you will have to improve your listening skills by listening to movies, cartoons, or maybe any kind of videos on YouTube, so that you will be so after about 2 or 3 months of practicing, you will be able to listen words by words very clearly, and that's how you will be able to understand the detailed reasoning of the listening test and get to the high score. Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
And thank you so much.
And welcome
Welcome
to
to
PEC.
PEC.